Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got a really exciting blend for you guys again today. So I'm going to go ahead and step right into it because I'm really excited. I'm continuing my my monthly theme of of chai teas, and today where did I'm always slightly unprepared. I just looked over and I noticed that I didn't have it next to me, but I got my masala chai. Now this chai is the one that pretty much originated the trend. Um, Welcome. Two people came in. It didn't tell me who yet. Oh, Sarah, welcome. Okay, I see three people that just came in. So welcome, guys. Welcome. This one is the chai tea that pretty much started the trend. Masala means a mixture, a mix of spices, and chai just means tea. So essentially, when you get some masala chai, you get spicy tea. So that's traditionally what it's become known for, as being a tea that's pretty much got a kick. So it started out in India, and the chai flavoring is I talked about this before, but I want to go over it a little bit. Traditionally, it has cardamom in it, and that's the essentially the only ingredient that you really need to make it officially a chai. This one has cardamom, ginger, cloves. Oh wait, sorry, yeah, you need cloves too. Cinnamon bark. Yeah, and yeah, just natural cinnamon flavor. Annie, welcome. So I'm getting the feeling that you guys are talking. Teresa, welcome. But I can't see it because for some reason, there we go. Now I can see. It. I don't know why. I have to like switch back and forth to get my. Brienne, welcome. I see you there. Finally, you're usually working at this time, but I'm glad you could join us. You're probably still working, so I'm not expecting any comments. I knew it. You can't hear me, but you're looking at my reaction. That's okay. I hope you can read lips then, because this is gonna be it's gonna be exciting. This is my one of my all time favorite teas. Wally, welcome. It's the very first chai that I had, and it was a little bit surprising to say the least. Only because I had never had a spicy tea before, and this one's got kick. Like you guys know, I love a good spice, and when I tried it for the first time, I was hooked. So unfortunately, this is not one of those teas that I'm having for the first time, and I'm experiencing it with you. But I do have to say that this is an essential tea. Hey Ma, welcome. This is an essential tea that you'll want to have in your repertoire when you talk about teas in general. This is one that you need to experience for yourself, just to know at least what the origins came from. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up because there's quite a bit to cover. And I have been dying. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I accidentally bought two bags of this. I forgot that I had one here already while I was preparing for this whole month. And I finished that first one within a week or two. And now I have this one to go through as well, and this is like the perfect winter tea. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. Oh my god, and this thing, it's a super strong scented tea. Like you could smell this from across the room. Oh, it's really, really good. It's got like a very wholesome, almost chocolatey, but not quite. The flavor is kind of earthy, but like a fiery earth, if that makes any sense. Oh, but I love the smell. This is one that I get super excited over. Whenever whenever I bring home a pack, I have to have it. Now, generally, when this is Beth, welcome. When this is prepared, in a lot of homes, they don't even bother doing it. Oh, I had to smell it again. Oh, I breathed in a little too hard. It's got a kick. So, excuse me. In some homes, traditionally, instead of preparing it with water, they prepare it in hot milk because the creaminess. The traditionally the creaminess is what gives it a nice full flavor. But I tend not to drink it with milk only because it cuts down on the spice, and I want to feel the burn. So tonight I'm gonna prepare it. One with 212 degrees. Oh, I forgot to show you guys what it looks like. Not to worry, I got that covered. It's not a very bright tea. It's very dark. I'll show you guys what it looks like now, because it's not going to be much different from when it's out. But here it is. Hey, Alejandra, welcome. Oh, look at that. Look, it's just coming right at you. I love that view. But you see all those big chunks of ginger. You have the brown tea leaves. Oh, look at that. Look at it. It's moving on its own. Check it out, because like you see like there's a clove right there. I'm trying not to touch it to burn my finger, but there's a clove right there. You see how dark and like it's almost menacing how it looks. But let me tell you, this is one of the most rewarding teas you can drink. I almost forgot to set the clock. Now this one it's generally meant to go for 5 minutes. I'm gonna set it for 4, because sometimes it's easy to oversteep. And although it's really super spicy, you don't want to oversteep it, not because it gets bitter, but because it tends to lose some of the appeal. The bitterness of the leaf, it's not okay. Like, okay, let me step back a little bit. When you oversteep black tea, you get a bitter flavor. But this one is so packed with spice that you want the wholesomeness of the black tea, without the bitterness, because it tends to take away from the heat. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. But it doesn't give the same effect of a bite. And I love the way that this tea bites. So anyway, I have watched, there was somebody that I used to watch on Instagram. They would make masala chai, like right in front of you. They put together all of the ingredients and filtered it in the pot as it boiled, and it looked so delicious. Like, I want to try it that way, but I would have to like go out and buy the spices and put it all together like that, which I would be more than willing to do, but I just have to. I got to get my stuff together. I need a spice rack for starters, and that's not one thing that I have handy. But I mean, it's good to at least try it once in a while, just on your own. But this blend is perfect for a cold winter's day. Oh, well, cold winter's night, actually. Was this Michael and Masala sitting in a tree? That's right. it's that kind of tea. Oh my god, it's just like I'm sitting here smelling it, and it's taking over the entire room. When oh, there's Quackhead. He's telling me the tea is done. There we go. I'm just pulling out the infuser. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in the in the infuser. Now you see, it's got like a really dark, very earthy, very grounded color, with just a little bit of the yellow and bronze pieces of ginger. All of that is hot. I don't mean temperature wise. I mean spicy wise. That stuff will have a kick. Now I'm drinking this unsweetened, uncreamed, um, and it's I love this thing. One of my coworkers, Sade, I got her hooked onto this, and it's a really good tea to mix into other things. She started putting it in her coffee, but I don't drink coffee, so I started putting it in my hot chocolate, and woo, that was amazing. Oh my god, I started steeping that in my hot chocolate, and you get a really nice kick out of it. Because, it really doesn't, it works really well with chocolate. I'll talk about that later. But, because, I always got to talk about the, what it pairs well with. Thank you, Teresa, for that tradition. Oh, but look at that. It's really, really dark. Oh, I'm trying to keep it steady. There we go. Whew. Now, this is the kind of tea, I swear, once I start drinking it, my nose is going to start to run. Because it's going to clean me out. Like, without a doubt, every single time. Let me pick it up right there. Here we go. Oh, I love this part. Oh, yes. Ooh, that's perfect. I was able to capture that balance. Um, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to do when you steep it, because the water temperature is very, very important. You don't want to understeep it because it comes out too weak, but then you don't want to oversteep it because after a while it starts to become bland. I appreciate that, Therese. Mm. Now, this tea, you get the tea flavor of it, but it pales when you compare it to the spice that's in it. Overall, you're getting the cardamom and you're getting the ginger. The cinnamon is present as well, but you're not really getting it as heavy as it normally would be in other chais, like vanilla rooibos chai, which I'll be doing either next week or the week after. I've got two more chais, and I don't know which one I'm doing next week. Spoiler alert, I will be streaming for Black Friday, so just stay tuned. But the when you pair the cinnamon with the black tea, it blends into um one whole flavor. And it's hard because they taste kind of similar. It blends together. You can't really pick them apart. But you would notice if you drank black tea without it. So let me see. I was going to read off a little bit. Uh, let's see. Their interpretation tries to stay true to its definition of masala chai, to a warm and inviting fragrance, zesty flavor, invigorating aromatic finish. We suggest 2 heaping teaspoons per 8-ounce cup, and sugar or milk. Just because traditionally that's how it's preserved. But it's so. Whew, I mean, like, this is perfect for a night like this. Mm. Whew. Now this is actually I don't know if I mentioned it before. I probably did, but I'll reiterate only because it's important. In my Dai Bai Chai series, I mixed this masala chai with vanilla rooibos chai, um, and this is what it like. This is the effect that it had, where you saw how I was sweating and how I was just like, oh, all over, and it was a mess. This as a standalone will have that same effect. Um, Only because the spices are very prevalent. Mm. And it's got a very a nice wholesome flavor, slightly smoky, not too bad. Um, you get like a sense uh of an effervescence after the tongue is burnt. Um, it tends to cool off slightly, kind of like the way mint does when you eat it. You have like the cool um, coating over the tongue, and then it kind of wisps away. You're getting the same effect only in the opposite on the opposite side of the spectrum, where you get that heat, and then it starts to cool off a little bit at a time. You get that kind of almost refreshing feeling. This will perk you up. It is caffeinated, pretty well caffeinated. It's not. I don't believe it's highly caffeinated. Oh yeah, yeah, it is. Sorry, it's got a high level of caffeine. I had to make sure. But yeah, like it'll perk you up. This is great for a morning tea. Um, I have had it many times first thing in the morning just to wake me up, and it does its job. Whew, I'm starting to feel it a little bit already. Mm. Now, I'm starting to. It's starting to clear out my sinuses, and it's like super duper. This is some potent stuff. Uh, sorry, it's just like whenever I drink a chai, it starts to clear me out, and like it's a little bit it's a little bit funny how if you have a cold or something, and you go to your medicine and all that, this does a much better job of instant relief. Like I have not had any problems uh getting at least a few minutes of relief by drinking some of this. Mm. Now it's kind of got like this kind of a dark chocolate taste to it. Now there's no chocolate in this one. They do have a choc. I believe that they did put this in chocolate chai. Let me excuse me. Let me double check. I do believe that this is in the chocolate chai though. Chocolate chai. There we go. And this has got black tea, cinnamon bark, ginger root. Oh, but it doesn't have the. Oh yeah, it does have the cardamom. I don't know why it's not in there. Popular spices include anise, cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, pepper, peppercorn, and ginger. Yeah, I don't know why they don't mention the cardamom in the ingredients in chocolate chai, but apparently it is in there. Maybe, I don't know. This thing is confusing me. Anyway, yeah, I just derailed my own my own my own monologue, but that's okay. You learn something new every day, right? Oh, but this is so. It's a really satisfying tea. I've always loved to drink this, and whenever I need to sit and concentrate, this is what does it for me. It warms you up from the inside out. And I it is cold outside, but I didn't turn on my fan. Generally, when I drink chai teas for you guys, I turn on my fan only because I know I'm going to be sweating like a hog. But this time I did not. I don't know if I'll regret it yet. I'm not sweating yet, but who knows what the rest of the night will bring. Mm. Oh man, that is so good. Oh, so if you guys have any questions or comments or anything that you want to throw at me, go ahead. This is I really like. I thoroughly love this tea. I highly recommend it. It's something that it's something that I for me it'll put me to bed. It usually doesn't have that same effect on everybody else, but it makes me happy. So yeah, by all means, I would say drink this first thing in the morning. But if you are immune to caffeine like I am, then drink it right before bed, and you will be set because it will leave you with this nice warm feeling inside. Um, and it's not a Christmas miracle. It's not. It's that warmth. I have mentioned this before. The spices in chai tend to warm you from the core out. So it's not just the hot water that's keeping you warm, but the ginger and the cardamom and everything else that's all the spices. They warm you from they warm you from the inside, so you're going to stay warmer longer. That's why it's what part of what makes the tea perfect for winter nights. Only because you have this really sustainable energy, this sustainable heat that's inside you, um, and it lasts. Like I would say, maybe about 15 minutes to half an hour, you are not going to be shivering. I mean, it has to be. You have to be pretty cold. Do I drink Starbucks tea? Sometimes yes. It depends on the blend. There was one, I think it was just cinnamon spice or cinnamon chai or vanilla cinnamon chai, something like that. It was one of Oprah's favorites. I don't know. That was one that I've had when I first started drinking tea, and that one was really good. The Tivana teas are pretty decent. They're just overpriced. Shadow, welcome. Yeah, the Tivana teas are totally overpriced. Um, I don't know. They were just basic. Um, I don't think Starbucks did a really great job with Tivana. They still sell it in store, but it just wasn't worth it. You know, I guess they tried to jump on the tea trend and made it expensive, but people who knew what they were talking about when they were drinking tea knew that it was overpriced, and they were just like, yeah, it wasn't worth it. Oh, so good. Shanna, in case you are slightly late, so I'm just gonna catch you up. I'm doing masala chai, and that's one of my favorites. I can sip this all day. Oh, but I'm it always puts me in a mood. Like you guys have seen me go through moods where certain teas have certain effects on my personality. Yes, yes, it's one of my faves. I love this stuff. I can just I like I if I could fill a bathtub and just lay in it, I would. Because just imagine, I mean, you know what it smells like, that strong spiciness. Imagine laying in a bathtub full of masala chai and getting all of those scents around the room and just cleansing you and going in. It would probably be super strong, but also super relaxing once you got used to it. If you can get used to it. Drink it by osmosis. Yeah, just like suck it in through my skin. Like literally come through the pores. And get it like all my wrinkly fingers. Just sitting there drinking masala chai through all of my skin. That would be hilarious. Then I come out looking all brown and literally like a raisin. Because all my skin has died. Oh, but yes, whew, this is really good and very blendable. Very, I mean, it's was it sensitive parts? May that is true. May not be keen on it. Yeah, I didn't think about that because it's kind of like when you put red peppers. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, where you put like jalapeno, not jalapeno, the chili peppers in your socks, so that as you step on it, the heat from the pepper like is supposed to go through the pores of your feet to keep them warm. I've never done that myself, but I've heard that it does wonders. I guess I don't know. Um, Maybe I ought to try it one day. I don't know. Whenever I want to have pepper feet, that'll do the trick. Yeah, but I do get that. Yeah, some sensitive parts might be a little bit less, what's the word? Less tolerable, I should say. I'll have to wear some protective undergarments when I take my masala chai bath. Oh, and also, this is a really good tea to cook with. I have done rice with the masala chai. Whew, it was really really good. Uh, I've done the what's the word I'm looking for? I steeped it in the water and let the rice soak it up. Oh, it was like heaven. If I remember correctly, I made the rice with the masala chai and the fried eggs, and oh man, they came out so good. I'm kind of like in the mood to do it now. I do have I do have rice. I might do it this week because Thanksgiving. I'll have the kitchen to myself for a while, so I might just do that. I'll just go to the corner store, get myself some eggs. I just inspired my own meal. But that's awesome. Oh, now the one thing that I've always appreciated about masala chai is that when you hold it in your mouth for just a moment, and you start to think about what it is that you're tasting, you come to eventually discover that it's like a whole mouth flavor. It's not like it's not waves where what was it? Eat some chana masala with roti and chai. That might be a good idea. I don't know if I've ever had chana masala. Am I saying it right? Chana masala or chana masala? I'm just say one or two. I don't know. Um, but I love the Indian spices and any that they put in food. But this is very similar to that actually because you get that spice with the smokiness, and when you drink it, same thing as when you eat it. Um, it coats the entire mouth. Like I have had teas where um certain parts of the tongue were affected in different ways. Sometimes where it was hot in front, cold and cool in the back, or something like that. This one, it envelops your entire palate, even the roof of your mouth, and it's filling in certain ways. Yes, to which was it chana masala or shana masala? I don't know. Unless you're talking about yes, you agree with the way that that the spices are are flavored. I don't know. I need a little bit more context for that. But it's like the when you have Indian food, it's very flavorful or flavorsome, flavorful. I think yeah, flavorful is right. I don't know where flavorsome came from, but it's a word now, right? So anyway, mm. Now I have had masala chai iced. Um, I'm so it is Shana Masala. Okay, awesome. I'm not that far off. Now I have had it iced. Um, it's not bad, but it's not my favorite. Like I prefer when I have it iced to be in milk. Um, but it's not bad. I have